Aloha from Hawaii. Anybody confused?
Welcome back to Platt365. We are obviously taking a little bit of a vacation, but lots of things have been going on the property.
This episode, we're going to talk about how to get the power from your transformer to the actual house, or in our case, the RV pad. Also, we have poured the RV concrete pad, which is exciting, and other utilities. And a little bit of tractor. We got a lot of stuff going on in this episode. Hope you enjoy it. Check it out. Today I'm running conduit down the hill. Now the power company has to run the conduit for the what they call the primary line, which brings us up to the transformer. And I dug the trench all the way down to the bottom of the hill, connected to here. This is going to be the transformer right here. So this had to be done. I could dig the trench, but the power company had to actually run the conduit. From the transformer to the house, I can run that cable or hire an electrician to do it. I've been on the phone with some electricians and they would prefer to run the conduit just so it's done right, which is fine, but I can still dig the trench. So today I am running 2-inch conduit down next to, here, let's get on top of this. So next to the power conduit, I'm running 2-inch conduit for the cable, which will be running all the way down so we can have high-speed internet, which is very important. I'm not actually running the cable, I'm running a line, just a string, through it so that they can pull with the string, they can pull the cable up when they're ready to pull the cable. And then we have to run line from here all the way over to the house. Ashley helped pull the string. You need a string to go down the hole all the way down the hill. And now we're ready to bury this whole thing. But yeah, job well done. Thank you, Ashley.
Yep.
While I've been busy on the road, traveling around, getting work done, Lisa's been coordinating all the stuff here on property. So, as you can see, we have a beautiful concrete pad here that is where the RV is going to go. So, RV's going here. I have dug and trenched the septic line here. This is the fire pit you can see in the background here, and that's going to be our view. We've also coordinated the power or electricity to come up here, and the most exciting thing is the well. So the well, they dig and they dig and they dig and they dig until they get water. So they tell you it's going to be like 150 feet, and it's all based on, the price is all based on per foot. So we got to call it 150 feet, no water, gonna keep going. What else are you gonna say, you know? Okay, keep going. We got to call it 200 feet, no water. We got to call at 250. We got to call it 300. At 295, they hit water. So right here is the well that I'm standing near. And the well is here. The concrete pad for the RV is there. And the house is going to go right there. Looks like Lisa just rolled up on the property, which is exciting. Got Ashley out picking berries. It's prime blackberry season, apparently. And right now, today, my project is to trench from the transformer to the house, because we're gonna have power coming in. Next week, we have the electrician coming out to hook up all the power. So the next week or so, we could have water and power. And in about, it's gonna take about a month to get the septic, all that stuff figured out. The well took about 3 weeks to drill, and that's not normal. The rig that was here broke down at least twice. Had to get parts, had to get it fixed, had to get a different rig out here. I don't know what happened. It was just an older rig, I guess. The excavator started to heat up. I was watching the gauge get really close to the red part. So I stopped, and but I got from the transformer to almost to where the house is gonna be. I don't know if it's just that it's hot out or oil change, filter change, I don't know what's going on, but it was getting, I was watching the gauge creep up, and I don't want anything to happen to this, so I just shut it down. This is where our temporary power is going to be, pretty much where that red stake is there, and we got to go all the way to the well and then to where the RV is going to go. If that's an hour, I've got maybe one, two, 3, 4 hours of trenching, and I should be good. The excavator started to overheat. It actually starts to beep, lights flash, basically shut it down. Today's project is to work on the excavator a little bit. It's been overheating. I think it's because it's so dry, hasn't rained in a while, and I think there's a lot of dirt and debris caught in the radiator. So I'm gonna give it a good cleaning. I've been watching some YouTube videos, and down in here are the coils, and they are kind of gunked up with some stuff. So all the videos I've been watching are about with a hose, you kind of spray it off. There's some cleaning product to clean it off. I even watched a video on how to like rebuild a radiator, which is kind of interesting. But we don't have water here, so it's going to be a little bit of a challenge. And in this direction, around the other side of the house, we've got the power that's going to come into the septic, because we're going to have a pump in the septic. So so you have a gravity septic system, and then you have, I don't know, not a gravity, and that requires a pump for the septic system. So we need to get power over there. That was kind of a last minute, oh yeah, we need power. Tomorrow is exciting because the electricians come and they're gonna hook everything up. So by tomorrow we should have, well, not quite power, because then we have to get the power company involved. It's a process. For Lisa's birthday, we came out and created our first garden. Well, we have a little garden for vegetables and stuff that they planted a bunch of stuff over there. But this little corner at the top of the driveway here is our beginning of a garden. So we've got a few plants here. Lisa picked out a couple, you know, flowering plants, and yeah, it should be kind of fun up here to do something creative. You can see right here, it's completely gunked up with stuff, dirt and seed pods and all sorts of stuff. So that's actually good. I like to see that, because that means I can clean that off, and it'll hopefully keep it from overheating. I was able to knock the big chunks off, and it's not by any means a perfect job, but it's taken off a lot of that stuff. So I get about an hour and a half out of this thing before it starts to heat up. So we'll see how it does today. I'm gonna dig that trench. The trench isn't gonna take me very long. It won't take me an hour. I do want to, once we actually have water here, I want to, you know, do a better job of cleaning that out, probably with a power washer. So I have a new idea. I have this, it's called a Via Air, and it's meant to inflate tires on the RV. But I realized, I don't know how I didn't think of this earlier, I could use it as an air compressor. So the radiator has all sorts of stuff in it, and I've been struggling up here because I don't have water and there's no power. But this Via Air, you can hook up to the truck battery, and then it'll use compressed air to clean out the radiator. I want to make sure I have that available, because we have a bunch of trenches around here and the electrician's coming this morning, and I want to make sure that I have the ability to dig more trenches if I need to. Well, that didn't work as great as I had hoped. The Via Air was really good for inflating tires, but when you use, they do have an attachment for shooting air, but what it does, it's hooked up to your truck battery, and it gives you a initial burst of air, but then it goes down to a very, you know, very soft, I don't know what the PSI is, but that first burst of air is good, so you get that like whoosh, so it shoots through the radiator, but then it doesn't give you that constant flow of air that you need. So I mean, it did an okay job. And but I'm just used to using a regular air compressor that gives you a constant flow. How do you like that? We're famous. The electrical wiring and all the electrical stuff is coming from a company called Platt, which is too funny. So I had to go get conduit for the cable and went to Home Depot, but apparently Platt has electrical products, which is kind of funny. So he's installing the pump right now, and they're in 20-foot sections that goes down. I guess the pump's down there somewhere, and they had the electrical guys were here the day before, a couple days ago, and they put the power in, but we're missing a piece, of course. So I got to run to Home Depot, pick up that part. Just a 3/4 inch. Ooh, I might have 3/4 inch over here. Squirrel. 3/4 inch conduit and a coupler, and nope, that's not 3/4 inch. That's a bummer. I wonder if I have some over here. And then I'll be good to go. No extra stuff. So yeah, so that pump's going in, which is exciting. Got the power coming in here pretty soon. Once we get the inspection, and today my big project is to put the rest of the conduit for the internet in, and then figure out how to get the line through. The electricians gave me a trick on how to suck the line through the conduit, so I got to try that out. So yeah, off to Home Depot for the second time today. Wow, I guess I shouldn't be so impressed with water, but it's pretty cool. Oh, you just time a 5-gallon bucket. That's smart. Yeah. Called a bit of an audible. We've got the pump guy out here working on the well, and to get the water out of the well. And he's installed the pump, he's hooking it up to the power, but he's also hooking up the water lines, so that's exciting. We've got our water hookup at the RV, and then it's got the water line has to go back to a pressure tank, and then out to, you know, wherever it needs to go. So I ran the water lines, just, you know, run them in the trenches, and then he's hooking it all up, which is awesome. So I've been cleaning out the radiator on this machine every day because it's been getting hot, super hot and dusty, and I skipped a day, and I just wanted to show you what's going on here. So this is from all the seed pods. This is, look at that, that's all the seed pods that I'm going through, and there's no wonder this thing's overheating. There's no air getting through there. That's absolutely crazy. You can see right here on an RV pad, we've got the water line there. There's the power, and then the trenching. I ran all the conduit for the internet cable line. So the pump guy almost drove his truck into the trench today, so that was exciting. So he kind of drove on the edge right here, and he was fine, but made my heart stop for a second. But yeah, he got the pump all hooked up, and turns out we have tons of water. He said we'll never run out of water, which is awesome. He had it going for like 2 or 3 hours, and it was pumping at like 60 psi, which is great. And he said it only dropped like 15 feet, and I guess we have like 80 feet of water down there. It took about 5 minutes to fill that 15 feet back up. So there's the well. Comes out of the well here. You can see, comes out of the well and branches off. One branch goes to the RV pad, and the other branch goes that way to the house, where the house is going to be. And in the ground is a ground vault, so the water comes this way, goes into a ground vault that has a 2-gallon pressure tank. And because of the kind of pump we have, we don't need an 80-gallon pressure tank, which is kind of nice. So we changed that a little bit, just so that we don't have water pressure issues. It'll have a constant flow, and we won't have to worry about like taking a shower and doing laundry and flushing the toilet and all that. So we'll have really good water pressure up here. So this is the ground vault here. That's going to have the little 2-gallon pressure tank. And there's our temp power, And this is you can see the conduit coming out here that I ran all the way back to the transformer. So tomorrow's project is to run a string through all that conduit so that when the cable company gets here, they can use the string to pull their cable up through, what, 200, 300, 400-ish feet of conduit to get up to the house, and then another 200 feet to get to the RV. Because I don't know what's more important, water or internet, but probably internet. We can always bring water in. So anyways, that's the day today. Got all that done, and tomorrow fishing the line, and hopefully we'll get the electrical inspector out here so we can turn this power on, because without power we don't have water. Water with the pump and all that, something to think about. If we ever lose power, we'll probably want to get a generator or something, because no power equals no water. Well, we hope you enjoyed that episode. Don't forget to subscribe, hit the bell, comment, like, all that stuff, and we will catch you next week.